Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to get all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here spreading this gospel in sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. And this is just going to be basically an update video. I'm just going to be going through the article a little bit and reading it, man, because 3 videos back, I started talking in those videos about how in the coming months or weeks we're going to start seeing bombings take place, on a very large scale. Because right now, what I'm saying, in these times that we're in right now, we've been seeing a lot of like mass shootings, these Edomites going into certain places, and unloading clips on everybody. Just basically just spraying shit up, taking a bunch of lives. But I said that as these times get crazier, in these past few videos, I was going into how we're going to start seeing bombings, like hospitals and things like that blowing up, attacks on schools. We're going to start seeing bombings on the same level that we're seeing these mass shootings. And these attacks that we're starting to hear about now and see now, these are the beginning stages of these bombings that I was talking about that we're going to start seeing, man. So this article, it says developing. It says 2 dead in attempted terror attack on Rainbow Bridge. It has a picture of, what they believe to be some type of attempt of a bombing, And we know whether this is part of Esau's plan to, shut down the borders and, basically start shutting down, because the scriptures talk about a man shall desire to go, to another city, but shall not be able to, roughly paraphrasing something like that. But, I think this is the beginning of Esau starting to make his move, and plan, his strategy on how he's going to shut down cities and keep people from being able to travel freely, like we've been doing here in America for so long. But I think that time is coming to where these things are going to get a lot more restricted. And these attacks, these, whether they're false flag attacks or they're, real situations going on with real people that the government, has no idea about, because you're going to have things like that also. You're going to have set up attacks, that the government is going to set up to forward their agenda. And then you're going to have, just random actual madness going on with real people, that's, basically acting out or stressed out from life, But this is what's happening, man. We're going to start seeing bombings, and this is just a small level bombing, just a car exploding, which they believe to be a bombing, which I think is. But I think like 2 or 3 people died in this, and 1 or 2 people went to the hospital because of this this incident that went on. But yeah, I think once these things progress, as time moves forward to Esau actually pushing his microchip, in this digital system, this new world order. I think the closer he starts to push for this new world order, the crazier things are going to start getting, So I think more bombings are going to happen, but I think these bombings that are going to happen are going to be on a much larger scale. Like I said in my past videos that I did recently, I think they're going to be, blowing up shopping malls, schools full of children, hospitals, corporations, Amazon, something, just something that's going to make like national news and get a lot of attention. I think this is what they're going to be doing. And I think these attacks that are going to be on these places that's going to get a lot of attention, I think these are actually going to be set up, by Esau, by the so-called white man, to push his agenda, for this new world order. But yeah, like I said, we can expect to see some real bombings in the near future, but this is just going to be a build up to it. But it says an attempted terror attack on Rainbow Bridge at Niagara Falls today saw a car explode, causing a massive explosion at a toll checkpoint that killed the vehicle's 2 occupants. And it says law enforcement sources who say the intention was a larger attack to kill more, and the FBI terrorist task force is investigating, but officials are yet to confirm the motive. It remains unclear if anyone aside from those in the car were injured. And it says the city of Niagara Falls says the explosion came from a car that was trying to enter the U.S. from Canada. It comes just 2 days after an intelligence report signaled increased risk of terror attack in New York City. And it says after the explosion, motorists who've driven into America were told to leave their vehicles and walk back into Canada while their cars were being checked for bombs. So yeah, these bombings, you know, we're gonna start seeing these like mass shootings in a minute, man. You know, we're finna start seeing that. So let me play this video real quick, and then I'm gonna finish out the article. But let me play this real quick.
All right, back to the news that we brought you earlier on that incident that happened at the U.S.-Canada border. The FBI Buffalo office just released a statement confirming that there was a vehicle explosion at the Rainbow Bridge. They say that they are coordinating with local, state, and federal partners in this investigation. They add that the situation is very fluid at this time, as you can imagine. That goes without saying. What you're looking at now is that's a shot of the American side, and if that is where the vehicle exploded, you can't really see it from this angle. The American side and the Canadian side of this bridge look very much the same, so it's sometimes difficult to discern which is which. But we do know that this video was taken from the American side, and it kind of looks like that's a fire hose down there on the ground, maybe to put out the flames. But the pictures that we're seeing online, there's a lot of flames, there's a lot of twisted metal. That is either the toll booth or it's the customs check-in. Difficult again to know from this angle exactly which is which.
John, this just in now to the newsroom. It sounds like Fox News has confirmed that one male has been taken into the hospital with some kind of injury resulting from this incident, whether it was an explosion of a vehicle or something else. It sounds like this is the first confirmed injury to a person that we know about as the story is developing.
Yeah, well, you can imagine, though, that if there were people in the vehicle and the vehicle blows up, there may be other casualties. This is a real mystery at this point. Was there an explosive device in the vehicle? Was there some catastrophic malfunction? I mean, cars usually don't just blow up. They can catch fire. But, you know, the authorities are only at the very beginning of looking into this. So we'll get more information on this as time progresses. We're also reaching out to our contributors to see what they and their sources know. So stick with us on this, because this is really puzzling. We do know, according to Christopher Wray, who's testified about this twice in Congress, that there is an elevated threat of terrorism against the United States as a result of all the unrest in the Middle East. We're not saying that this is terrorism, but just to say that there is an elevated threat. When a vehicle blows up, your spider sense obviously starts tingling.
And the mayor's office there confirming that federal authorities are investigating. So hopefully we'll get new information out of there over the remainder of this hour. We will bring it to you as it comes in.
Yeah, so again, updating from the hospital, a male 27 at Niagara Falls Memorial Hospital with minor injuries, back pain, minor cuts. We don't know if this was a person who was in the vehicle, if it was somebody who was working one of these either toll booths or customs checkpoints. Status of this patient, not severe, which is good news. No other victims in the hospital at this time. But again, if some reports that we're hearing that there were multiple people in the car when it exploded are correct, then there's bound to be other casualties.
Yep, but I thought I just read that they said it wasn't no, let me see. I thought that they said it wasn't any injuries from, it remains unclear if anyone aside from those in the car were injured. Oh, okay. I don't know, I just thought they said it wasn't nobody that was injured from that besides the people that was killed in the vehicle. But regardless of that, man, yeah, these bombings is about to start taking place. But it says witnesses who were in the U.S. Customs and an immigration building next to the bridge were turned away, ordered to walk back over the bridge and leave their vehicles on the U.S. side to be checked. There was an explosion just by the tall building you go to. Slovakia. There was an explosion just by the tall building you go in. My own van was parked so close to the car that exploded. If you watch the video, the car was right on the left-hand side, said one man who had just crossed over with his family. And it says, when the explosion happened, we heard it like a loud boom. I heard it, but I didn't think it was something serious. Someone said, oh my God, the car exploded. We all went to watch. Then the U.S. Border and Custom officials came out of their glass room. And then I grabbed my phone and said, I need to film this before they start moving us away from here. And it says the smoke got thicker and thicker and thicker, where then U.S. Customs came out and said, all of us need to move this way. They moved us to a safe passage, said one man whose truck was parked next to the burning vehicle. And it says the FBI Terrorism Task Force is investigating. So yeah, man, hey, just get used to start hearing more stories about, bombings, man. Like I said, we finna get ready to start seeing bombings on a scale of mass shootings. You know what I mean? So, hey, this was just an update video. So, on to the next one. Shalom.